by surprise. Hey, hey, family.
Hi.
Hi, family. Listen, well, we want to welcome everybody to
Story time, story time, story time.
If you don't know, I'm Bonnie G, in the place to be.
Hey.
And like I always say, wherever the Ruach is, I just want to be present, okay? Call my name so I can tell you I am here in the spirit, in the building, okay? Present. And for our St0ryTim3 family, you already know her as Dr. Norwood, but our Storytime family, it is the Storytime family for me. If y'all don't know, what you do know is I ain't looking for cheerleaders. Straighten them hands out, okay?
Okay,
we don't want none of that.
No, we really
don't. We want to leave that to the other nations, okay? There's no rah-rah for me, all right? But y'all already know. If you don't know, you're going to know tonight that she is none other than Auntie Shelly on the beat. But that is right. That is right. You did it. You seasoned it for me every time.
Season it up.
And I appreciate it. I felt it in the whole understood part. You understood it.
Yes,
thank you. Thank you for delivering it. My y'all today. Y'all know it's the whole second day. And so we know we in the book of Exodus, but we're pausing because Moshe is at the mountain, at the burning bush, right?
Yes. He's at the burning bush.
He's at the burning bush. Yes. Okay. So we have a still shot of him being at the burning bush. Now,
right there.
He might be like this.
Right there till we get to him. Yeah.
And it's still, however you imagine Moshe being, he might be like.
See, he's sitting there waiting for us to catch up.
But he's sitting there. Okay. But we got him paused. And on this side of Jasher, we got play. Okay. Yeah. So we letting you know everything that went up to lead him up to that burning bush.
Yes.
So don't forget, we still in Exodus, but we gotta teach y'all. We gotta show y'all.
Fill in the blanks. We tell you the whole story, the whole history.
The whole history. It's y'all history, okay? So like always, before we get into it and dive in the head first, we're gonna hit you with 2nd Maccabees, all right? 1:24. I like how I said that as if I had it up, but it's okay. I'm using my Sefer app tonight. Let me see. All right, y'all. Y'all so patient. Thank you so much. 1:24. I like this. All right. And the prayer was after this manner. O Yahuwah Elohim, creator of all. Okay. Yeah, just, okay. It got me out of there, but that's okay. All right. And the prayer was after this manner. O Yahuwah Elohim, creator of all things, who is fearful. Who is fearful?
I'm going to need you to start it over.
Okay. 3rd time is a charm. Right? All right.
What's your punctuation?
Yes, ma'am. And the prayer for the 3rd time was after this manner. O Yahuwah Elohim, creator of all things, who is fearful and strong and righteous and merciful, and the only and gracious King, capital K. All right. The only giver of all things, the only just, almighty, and everlasting, you that deliver Jasher from all trouble, and did choose the fathers and sanctified them. Receive the sacrifice for your whole people, Jasher, and guard your own portion and sanctify it. Gather those together that are scattered from us. Deliver them that serve among the heathen. Look upon them that are despised and abhorred, and let the heathen know that you are our Elohim. Punish them that oppress us, yes, and with pride do us wrong. Plant your people again in your holy place, as Moshe has spoken. And it's amazing because we've been talking about Moshe.
Yeah.
I ain't never noticed that.
Me either.
We've been reading it since last week.
Right.
Wow.
I ain't never felt that connection.
Plant your people as Moshe has spoken it. Absolutely.
Yeah. And also, every time we read this, I know it's something different. When he says, Punish them that oppress us and with pride do us wrong.
Yes.
In other words, they're coming from this lofty place of we're subservient to them, or they ain't even worried about no Yahuwah. They ain't worried about who watching over us. They're coming at us with pride, like, I'm going to figure out a way to wipe you guys off the face of the earth.
What is a deep hatred?
That's when you don't pray for enemies like that.
Absolutely.
You don't pray for enemies like that.
You don't turn that other
cheek.
cheek.
Yeah, you don't. That's not the cheek he talking about turning. He just talking about, you got a little disagreement with your brother, your Hebrew brothers. He was really talking about if you were grafted in, talking about you. Y'all got something going on. Y'all trying to be enemies. I need you to fix that.
Yes.
But these, with all this pride, they try and take you down. But at the heart of it, they're trying to take down Yahuwah. Ain't no praying for them.
No. It started at home with us first. Okay.
Yes.
So listen, y'all. If our reading, for those that are tuning in, we thank you because we do have some new people and maybe they're not in the chat that joined this channel. Listen, if our reading sounds a little different, it's because it is. It is. But it ain't you. It's us. Okay. We chose to read from the St0ryTim3 Bible, and you can get one too if you go to st0ryTim3.net, not .com, because I promise you won't get it there. And don't go to Amazon because they be tripping up there. Them prices is of Hasatan, okay? They uninspired. Them prices is uninspired. Okay? But get you one. You can get this book without the tabs for like $99, but with the tabs it's $15. And then if you want a leather case, it's like $25. So roughly you'll leave st0ryTim3.net with $150, but with your Storytime discount, 10% is 10%. You can leave less than $150, okay? You can get this Bible, all right? And this is what we're reading out of. It brings us closer to our ancestors' real name versus what they have given us. So you'll hear a lot of the Yah and all that in their names. But don't fret, okay? We're not crazy. We're not crazy. All right? So with all that we can do, we're just giving you the best that we could give you. And everything that we get our hands on has been translated, transliterated, it's been all, okay? It's been it all. It's been tainted through it all. But we can only give you what we can give you. And the Most High gave us a yes to go from this book. So for those of you who are welcome and joining in on the Storytime family, welcome, okay? Welcome. All right, Auntie Shelly on the beat. But what is our recap and what book are we in?
We are in the book of Jasher.
Jasher, okay. Jasher.
Jasher.
That's like saying yes, sir. I like that. Jasher.
Okay. And last 6th day, we read how Ephraim decided they done had enough up in Egypt. They are getting ready to go fight a war, and in their mind, okay, this is Ephraim. Ephraim just wakes up one day. And some of this, of course, is my not divine imagination, but just he wakes up one day and they decide, we not taking this no more. We going out and we're gonna conquer our part of the promised land ourselves.
Yes. Oh, yes.
Did not speak to Yahuwah, did not say anything. They just saying, because they remember, wait a minute, we got a whole covenant with us. Yeah. One of us can send 10,000 to fly. So they got to thinking about the covenant they're under and the strength that our family has. And they decided they just going to go out and do this all by themselves. And they didn't even take no provisions.
No, and Ephraim is Joseph's son, right?
Ephraim is Joseph's son.
He's told to be considered a Hebrew.
He's considered a Hebrew, even though his mom is Egyptian.
Yes.
So they go out and they were talking about, we don't need to take no provisions. We gonna take what's ours, and if they don't give us nothing to eat, we just gonna take it. They had a whole plan.
Sound mighty white to me. I mean, not white.
Child, they ran into them shepherds of Gath, and they got to fight with them. Guess who lost?
They did.
Ephraim. Now y'all know Ephraim ain't supposed to be losing no wars. No way. But you was out of order. You decide you was going to dictate how the gift was going to operate. It don't work like that. It just don't. Just because Yahuwah gave you a gift, don't mean you could just willy-nilly go just using it any old way you want to. No. And so they lost.
Big time. Only 10 survived.
Yes. And that they only survived so they can go back and tell the other ones.
Yep, that's it.
Because Yahuwah was letting them know, don't do it. Don't play with me. Don't play with me. Don't do it. Don't. Because they was just, So that's our lesson. Remember, our prophecy is no man shall redeem you. Because I tell you, as many times as I want to go out and fight the enemy, I want that promise to be not my business.
Not my business.
Not my business.
Okay. I'm just
we're gonna wait on Yahuwah, because a lot of times things happen. We be like, "Wow, we ain't doing that. We can go do this."
Yeah.
If even the sun and the moon get fed up, because remember we're reading the sun and the moon was like, all I gotta do is drop a little lower, Yahuwah. Yeah. These people was getting on my nerves, and I was like, "Nah, you can't do that."
Yep.
Even creation thinks like that, or gets those feelings sometimes, but you gotta suppress it real quick. So we have Moshe, who was ruling over the kingdom of Cush, which is a Hamite nation.
Yep, for 40 years.
Yes, they give him the queen.
Yes.
Because the king had died, right? And then they made Moshe the king. They give him the queen. But he never touches the queen because she's a Canaanite.
Yep.
And he knows, and she's a child of Ham. He knows, that's a no-no. So, but she has a son from her husband, the former king that died. So as soon as he grows up, she gets
bumping them lips.
She gets bumping them lips, talking about, why is this Hebrew over us? He doesn't follow our gods. And he has never touched me these 40 years since we've been married. Here's my son. He is grown. Make him king. So they made him king.
Girl, I'm glad I got the tea, because it's some tea tonight.
They made him king. And now we in verse 8. We finna see what's going to happen.
So I'm going to do y'all a favor. Listen, I'm going to go from 76. And then I'm going to go from there.
Okay.
Because listen, this tea is good.
Just bring you up to it.
Yeah. Yes. Oh, man. Okay. Please be in the comments, okay? I wish all 13 of y'all can get into these comments.
Yeah.
Was she ugly? Dwayne. Y'all's he can't.
First of all, we wasn't there.
Yeah, that's true.
I doubt if she was.
And I don't think she was. I think she was banging. I think
she's just a Hamite, and Moshe is following orders.
Yeah, she's just from a different nation.
Yeah.
Just like if your mom said, don't you marry whatever, she can be fine. But your mama told you not to marry her. So yeah, I don't think she was ugly. No, sir. I won't do her like that.
Right.
Brandon said she probably was, bro. I was trying to be nice, Brandon.
I don't think she was.
I think she was.
I mean,
listen, I think she was shaped like an hourglass. You know what I'm saying? With the sand in it, and it kind of come
still got that melanin.
I mean, yeah. And listen, I know some people that got a shape, and it's like, did you get poured into your whole outfit?
Yeah.
How is that possible? Beautiful creation,
I mean, we get it that us Hebrews are the baddest ones on the planet. We get it.
Oh,
but that don't mean everybody else ugly.
Nah, they
got pretty women in other nations. They just stay away from them.
Oh, they do. They got some beautiful. And wait, hold up. That they do sounded real suspect. I didn't mean it like that.
Didn't sound that
okay, no. I'm just saying there's some beautiful women in different nations. But not like that.
But she a whole Hamite, and that's a no-no. Because he's from the tribe of Levi.
Yeah.
You can't just go doing what you want to do.
And plus, if you're not getting touched, okay, you can choose your version of how you think touch meant. But if you're not getting touched for 40 years, I think she did well in her response.
Right.
She did real good to just verbally express herself.
Yes.
Verbally. Because some people would have took some knives, okay? Some bats. Something. 40 years is a long time. I can't even imagine for her time. All right. Chapter 76. Y'all gonna get me in trouble, and I need to be right.
Yeah, don't get her fired.
I don't need to be fired. I've been doing good. Nope, Brandon, don't you give me them eyes. No, sir.
I see them eyes from here.
I need them to open to read. All right. And Moshe, the son of Aram, was still king in the land of Cush in those days, and he prospered in his kingdom. And he conducted the government of the children of Cush in justice, in righteousness, and integrity. And all the children of Cush loved Moshe all the days that he reigned over them. And all the inhabitants of the land of Cush was greatly afraid of him. And in the 40th year of the reign of Moshe over Cush, Moshe was sitting on the royal throne while Adon Yahu, that's his wife, the queen, was before him. And all the nobles were sitting around him. And Adon Yahu, the queen, said before the king and the princess, "What is this thing which you done, which you, the children of Cush, have done for this long time?" Ooh, she getting bold. Mm-hmm. Let me see.
Yes. I didn't realize Moshe was sitting right there.
I didn't know either. I thought she did it behind his back.
Yeah, some me people, too.
They ain't bold enough to do it in your face.
He was right there.
So listen, she's like, real bold.
What did you do? Mm-hmm. Yeah, I said it in front of you. Oh, that kind of wrong.
Oh, wow. Yeah. I thought Moshe, on the 6th day when we read this, I didn't pick up that Moshe was in the building.
Me either. I didn't either. I didn't pick that up either.
But I guess she said you thought your president was going to stop me?
Yes, like, I ain't scared of you. Hebrew? You Hebrew. You in my land.
Brandon said after 40 years, she ain't care who was there.
Right? Hey,
At this point,
right.
She just gonna let you have it.
And she not lying.
Yeah, she ain't.
She not gonna tell no lie.
She ain't got energy to tell no lie. She never mind.
Stop.
She ain't got no energy.
Stop.
Yeah. Surely, Father, bless this story time. Verse 5. Surely you know that for 40 years, that's what she go for. She goes straight into it. Mm-hmm. I'm scratching my hair like I really scratch and scalp. Forgive me, y'all. Surely you know that for 40 years that this man has reigned over Cush. He has not approached me, nor has he served the Elohim, little e, of the children of Cush. Now therefore hear, O ye children of Cush, and let this man no more reign over you, as he is not of our flesh. Behold, Menacris, my son, is grown up. Let him reign over you. For it is better for you to serve the son of your Adonai than to serve a stranger, slave of the king of Mitzrayim. Ooh.
She said, this man, like.
Ooh. Boy, wait a minute.
She said he a stranger because he ain't a Hamite. He don't serve our gods. He ain't touched me. The son of the first king. But to be fair, he is the rightful king. The son is the rightful king.
But
he was just an infant or something back then, but this still's been 40 years. He folded.
But it's this second verse for me where he blessed you in everything that you had, and then y'all loved him.
Yes.
But now all of a sudden, look how quick these people gonna change.
Yeah.
Boy, talk about being fickle. And all the people and nobles of the children of Cush heard the words of Adon Yahu, the queen, had spoken in their ears. And all the people were preparing until the evening, and in the morning they rose up early and made Menacris, son of Kikenius, king over them.
So I think that's the part they did in secret. Like, Moshe wasn't there, but Moshe was there when she made the accusation. Well, it wasn't even an accusation when she
said, true.
Yeah, it was true.
It was true. Wow. And the children of Cush were afraid to stretch forth their hand against Moshe, for Yahuwah was with Moshe. And the children of Cush remembered the oath which they swore unto Moshe. Therefore, they did no harm to him.
Yeah, they said, we're not going to mess with Moshe. You wasn't going to mess with him anyway.
Who you kidding? Yourself? Yeah. You've seen
you seen him in battle.
And you seen how Yahuwah, you noticed, you already knew that Yahuwah was with them.
And you know you only in your country right now because of Moshe.
That's it.
Because when you was doing it your end of the old king, y'all was losing.
Right.
They was losing.
But let's see how they act, y'all. They probably going to cut up. Because they got a new king. Who knows? Let me see.
11.
Okay. But the children of Cush gave many presents to Moshe and sent him from them with great honor. Okay. They did the right thing. All right. So Moshe went forth from the land of Cush and went home and ceased to reign over Cush. And Moshe was 66 years old when he went out of the land of Cush, for the thing was from Yahuwah. For the period had arrived which he had appointed in the days of old to bring forth Jasher from the affliction of the children of Ham.
So it's Yah's time, and Moshe just said, "Okay,
notice
fair,
listen,
fair."
But he wasn't connected or like
right. He said,
connected to that position.
Right.
You know how many people, if I was serving for 40 years, so many people would have been like, "Wait, you doing what?"
Yep.
Nah, and they would have missed the blessing that Yah's taking you from one thing, and you did that thing good, but now I'm taking you here and putting you over here.
You were there to be a blessing to them for that short period of time, and the queen's name lets me know somebody somewhere knew Yahuwah.
Yes,
because she ain't got no whole Yahoo in her name for nothing.
Yes,
she ain't got no Yahoo in her name for nothing.
Yes,
somebody knows something.
See, when I saw her name, because y'all know I didn't read the book of Exodus and stuff like that, I was like, "Oh, okay, this might be the person that Moshe got married to, and it's gonna be good."
She a whole Hamite.
She was a whole Hamite, which is fine. Okay, so Moshe went to Midian, for he was afraid to return to Mitzrayim on account of Pharaoh, and he went and sat at a well of water in Midian.
So now he's at the well.
Yep. Oh yes.
Now he's at the well, but he still ain't on the.
He still at the
still ain't got to the bush yet.
Yeah, remember on this side, Moshe's at the burning bush, looking kind of like.
Yeah, he had to stop because we had to catch up to him.
Yeah, so we got him on pause. Okay, we on this side. What led him up to him? All right, and they came to the well. 14. No, I was joking. And 14, and the 7 daughters of Reuel, the Midianite, went out to feed their father's flock.
Okay, does everybody remember who Reuel is? Remember, I said remember it and what he has in his hand, what he took with
the staff.
him. He has a staff. He has Joseph's staff.
Oh, yes.
Remember, he's the one that told Pharaoh, leave those people alone. Those are Yahuwah's people. Leave them alone. If you don't want them here, then send them away. And Pharaoh got mad and said, you can go.
Hold on. Let me do this real quick because I don't want to give it away. Okay. Oh, okay.
Yes. So remember, this is him, the Midianite, who Pharaoh kicked out because he's the one who said, leave those people alone. Yahuwah is with them. And Pharaoh's like, I didn't call you in here for that. I called you in to tell me how to kill him, like to get rid of him. So Raul left, and now he's back in the picture.
Okay.
Moshe finds himself at Raul's house, and now Raul has these 7 daughters.
Okay, Auntie Shani, I'm gonna read this comment because it looked real good from here. This is such a great lesson: how to be obedient in the season of Yah. In the season Yah has called you to stay when He says stay, and to leave when He says the assignment is over. Moshe was obedient, fact upon fact.
Because now he got to move on to the next assignment.
Yep. All right. Oh man, that's good. Ooh, this fake scalp is itching too. All right, what is it? And 17?
You on 15?
Oh, I was checking. And they said, they both started with and they came to the well and drew water to water their father's flock. So the shepherds of Midian came and drove them away, and Moshe rose up and helped them and watered the flock. And they came home to their father Reuel, you know what? That's his name tonight. Reuel, and told him what Moshe did for them. And they said, a Egyptian man has delivered us from the hands of the shepherds. He drew up water for us and watered the flock. And Reuel said to his daughters, and where is he? Wherefore have you left the man? And Reuel sent for him and fetched him and brought him home. And he ate bread with him. And Moshe related to Reuel that he had fled from Mitzrayim and that he reigned 40 years over Cush, and that they afterwards had taken the government from him and had sent him away in peace with honor and presents. And when Reuel had heard the words of Moshe, Reuel said within himself, I will put this man into the prison house, whereby I shall conciliate the children of Cush, for he has fled from them. And they took and put him into the prison house, and Moshe was in prison 10 years. Now, where's this at in your 66 Bible? I'm going to keep going. And while Moshe was in the prison house, Sephora, the daughter of Reuel, took pity over him and supported him with bread and water all the time.
So Reuel got a little shooketh
Yeah, he was like, wait a minute.
Not, in case they come for him, I don't want them coming for me.
Yeah.
If they come for him, he gonna be in the jail. I'm gonna have him locked up, and then they're gonna say, there you go.
He been there 10 years.
Because I ain't playing with them.
So first off, lesson to me. 1, I did not know that Moshe reigned over a whole nother country for 40 years. That was never disclosed to me in my other Bible. 2, didn't know Moshe was in prison. I thought that was Joseph's testimony, but it looks like it's Moshe's too. And the whole time he survived was through Reuel's daughter giving him bread for 10 years.
Fact number 3. This is who Sephora is named after. Sephora, the whole story y'all go to is named after her.
Wow. I didn't know that.
You learn that day 1 when you work at Sephora. It's named after, it ain't even a secret. They tell you this is who we named that. This is who we named Sephora after. The people who originally had Sephora is named after her. They tell you that day 1. I was like, say that again?
Now I need to know about her life, because why is a company named Sephora after Sephora? Wow, that's good. Okay, yeah, I never read that either. But let's find out what we didn't learn. All right. And all the children of Yasharel were yet in the land of Mitzrayim, serving the Mitzrayites in all manner of hard work, and the hand of Mitzrayim continued in severity over the children of Yasharel in those days. At that time, Yahuwah smote Pharaoh, king of Mitzrayim, and he afflicted with the plague of leprosy. From the sole of his foot to the crown of his head, owing to the cruel treatment of the children of Yasharel, was this plague at the time from Yahuwah upon Pharaoh, king of Mitzrayim.
So he started giving them plagues before Moshe even got there.
Wow.
See, acting up. He already showing his hand.
And listen, Moshe is not there, okay? So he don't know what the Most High is doing on his behalf.
Right.
And then Yasharel don't really know what's going on
with Moshe. But remember, Levi is still there preaching, because remember when Moshe left, Levi was trying to tell, and that some of them wasn't listening to him.
But my whole thing is this: sometimes it's just not your business.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Y'all just doing it. He's smiting that coworker with, you know what I'm saying? He made that coworker leave that position, get another job.
He working behind the scenes.
You just all you got to do is you just go ahead and just complain to him. Just, Father, listen, they getting on my nerves and I don't want them to catch these hands. Please do something on my behalf. I'm going to leave it up to you.
Yeah. And I'm just going to do what you told me to do.
That's it. Because I'm not going.
Because Yahuwah is not sending us memos every day of what he did.
Absolutely.
He's just not.
But he's moving on their behalf, and they don't have no idea.
Yes.
They just think, oh, he's sick. He's doing this on account of you, because they are mistreating you.
Yes.
And listen, I can only imagine what y'all's doing today. Because, boy, they doing more than mistreating the people.
He working.
Man, Father, you got to be well, you ain't tired, but I'm just saying.
He working.
You busy.
Let him work.
Yeah, these people are doing us all kinds of wrong.
They are.
They're dragging us, all right? Like you dragged Adam. All right. 26. For Yahuwah had hearkened to the prayer of his people. There you go. The children of Yasharel, and their cry reached him on account of their hard work. Keep on working hard, family. Still, his anger did not turn from them, and the hand of Pharaoh was still stretched out against the children of Yasharel. And Pharaoh hardened his neck before Yahuwah, and he increased his yoke over the children of Yasharel, and embittered their lives with all manner of hard work.
So he's saying they're crying out to him. He said, but I'm not making Pharaoh let go, because remember, when Levi was trying to talk to them, they was being hard-hearted towards Levi. I'm sure someone was like, yeah, let's listen to Levi, but the majority of them was still being hard-hearted. Like, nah, we ain't listening to you. Yes.
And then Pharaoh was like, I can be sick, all right. I can still be sick, but I'm still
Pharaoh ain't thinking about it.
I ain't letting loose.
Because it goes off of our obedience. That y'all not being obedient. Some of y'all are, and okay, I'm gonna work on your behalf. I'm gonna start this, but until I need all y'all to do this.
Wow. Wow. And when Yahuwah had inflicted the plague upon Pharaoh, king of Mitzrayim, he asked his wise men and sorcerers to cure him. And his wise men and sorcerers said unto him, that if the blood of little children were put into the wounds, he would be healed. And Pharaoh hearkened to them and sent his ministers to Goshen to the children of Jasher to take their little children.
Oh, I never see that. I promise you, I must have blocked all this stuff out about these little kids.
But who's
First
missing?
The stones.
But who missing today?
Wait, what did we just talk about today?
Oh, yes.
And medical apartheid.
Yes, same thing. Auntie, real quick, Auntie, we are in chapter 76 of Jasher, and we are on verse 29, but I just finished reading 29. But yes, they still do that in this. Yes. Absolutely. Snatching up kids. Mm-hmm. What you call it even said, and that's my girl. I don't even want to mention her name because I'm lightweight ashamed that she would actually open her mouth and say it. Because Dad and I was talking about it. But one of Japheth's children, who is highly, like, she be acting her tail off, okay, was mentioning how she put little children on her face to get clean skin.
Mm-hmm. That's what they be doing to, you know how they cut our cords? Mm-hmm. They put that in beauty products.
Yes.
Yeah.
And they put that in Coca-Cola products as well.
Yeah, they be.
I mean, when you go aborting your baby, you don't think they throw them away, right?
They do not.
They don't. They use them.
They use that stuff.
It's the same. Yes, same spirit today. But that's crazy because we have millions of children missing. Mm-hmm. Missing. Yep. And they only probably advertise a fraction of it.
Yeah, and hardly any of us. Facts. And we the ones most missing.
Yes, we are. He said, and that shot. Absolutely.
Yep.
Yes, absolutely. All right. 30. And Pharaoh hearkened to them and sent his ministers to Goshen to the children of Jasher to take their children. There is no hesitant. There is
none.
Let's think this out. Kids, though?
Yeah, go get, if it'll make me well, go get their children.
Right. Ain't no Billy Goats can be nothing. They just okay with killing little kids. And Pharaoh minister went and took the infants of the children of Jasher from the bosoms of their mothers by force, and they brought them to Pharaoh daily, a child each day. And the physician killed them and applied them to the plague. Thus did they all the days. That's why it wasn't hard when we got into slavery for them to snatch our children from the mother and then sit there and throw them on the ground like a football, like you know what I'm saying, like you in the end zone and do a little dance because it was already in your DNA.
Yep.
These people, help them. And the number of the children which Pharaoh slew was 375.
So he did this for 375 days. Every day they went and took the child.
A little over a year.
Now, if it was supposed to be a cure, why take so long? You should have known. They wanted to let this ain't working. This ain't why.
You leave them children alone. This ain't working. 3 months
just got used to it and probably started liking it. Like, ooh, this feel good. Go give me some more blood.
But Yahuwah hearkened not to the physician of the king of Mitzrayim, and the plague went on increasing mightily.
Yes. And remember who the physicians are.
Yes, Balaam's sons.
Balaam and his sons.
Who just ran from
Moshe, from Cush. Yep.
This boy is an opportunist for sure. And Pharaoh was 10 years afflicted with that plague. Still, the heart of Pharaoh was more hardened against the children of Jasher. And at the end of 10 years, Yahuwah continued to afflict Pharaoh with destructive plagues. And Yahuwah smote him with a bad tumor and sickness at the stomach. And that plague turned to a severe boil. Now, Moshe is not even here yet. He's still in jail.
Yet. Yeah, we ain't even got to let my people go yet.
First off, I thought that there was only one plague. I didn't know.
I read this before and didn't even notice this part.
Yeah, I only thought that the plagues hit when Moshe
When
came
Moshe
up.
came. No, he was working. He was
Wow, that's
he
why.
was already working it out.
Wow, that's crazy. That's
when
why Aaron
Levi
was like,
started doing what Levi was supposed to do, he was already starting it.
Oh, and why you hate why you hate him so much? You can't even pinpoint it.
No, you can't.
You can't.
That doesn't even make no sense.
And at 37, at that time, the two ministers of Pharaoh came from the land of Goshen, where all the children of Yasharel were, and went to the house of Pharaoh and said to him, "We have seen the children of Yasharel slacken in their work and neglect in their labor." And when Pharaoh heard the words of his ministers, his anger was kindled against the children of Yasharel exceedingly, for he was greatly grieved at his bodily pain.
What? That ain't their fault. Okay, first of all, you wouldn't snatch one of their children every day.
You think they working happily?
They
scared.
Yeah, what you think they doing? Out there singing for you, dancing, singing, and happy?
They worried about their family.
And you got the nerve to be upset?
Yeah, the first kidnapping. Boy, this spirit is old, ain't it?
Oh, see, they mad. They really mad at Yahuwah, but they taking it out on us because they can't touch him.
But yeah,
they can't touch him, and they hate us. So let's go after the righteous seed.
Let's go after the righteous seed. And he answered and said, "Now that the children of Yasharel know that I'm ill, they turn and scoff at us. Now, therefore, harness my chariot for me, and I will betake myself to Goshen and will see the scoff of the children of Yasharel with which they are deriding me." So his servants harnessed the chariot for him, and they took and made him ride upon a horse, for he was not able to ride of himself. And he took with him 10 horsemen and 10 footmen, and went to Goshen, to the children of Yasharel to Goshen.
So he's thinking they're doing that to mock him because he's asleep. They ain't thinking about him.
Listen, the devil be playing with his mind, and you don't even know it.
Yeah, remember how we said the devil put stuff in your mind that you think is true?
You've been sick for 10 years.
Yeah. This plague been on you.
And you ain't tripped yet. Now all of a sudden. All right. And when they had come to the border of Mitzrayim, the king's horse passed into a narrow place, elevated in a hollow part of the vineyard, fenced on both sides, the low, plain country being on the other side. And the horse ran rapidly in that place and pressed each other. And the other horses pressed the king's horse. And the king's horse fell into the low plain while the king was riding upon it. And when he fell, the chariot turned over the king's face, and the horse lay upon the king, and the king cried out, for his flesh was very sore.
Just ain't better know.
Facts. And the flesh of the king was torn from him, and his bones were broken, and he could not ride, for this thing was from Yahuwah to him. For Yahuwah had heard the cries of his people, the children of Yasharel, and their affliction.
So you're already sick. Who are you? Now you gonna jump on your horse, big and bad, like they finna see me, they finna answer to me.
Nothing.
Child, you went through that narrow passage, fell off your little horse, chariot fell over, and the horse fell on you.
Listen, I wish I seen some other people doing this and reading about their ancestors so they can just make a change. Make a change. Let's talk.
And just think about it. Most people die in that situation.
Yeah.
That's a whole horse.
Yeah.
Horses ain't no joke.
They ain't skinny.
And he probably had a thoroughbred.
Ooh, he had the best of the best.
And all his bones is broken, and you lay it, leave them people alone.
Listen, Rangi, you being nice about it. She said that's stinking king.
Stinking, yeah, she being nice.
Yeah, you being nice about it, but we take it. We want you to be nice, actually. You're right. Okay.
46.
And his servants carried him upon. Ooh, you already got broken bones, and somebody is carrying you.
Yeah.
No, I'm just saying.
Oh,
the agony,
yeah,
the pain.
that hurt. Oh.
Leave me on the ground, okay? And his servants carried me up. I mean, not me. Nuh-uh. And his servants carried him upon their shoulders a little at a time, and they brought him back to Mitzrayim. And the horsemen who were with him came also back to Mitzrayim, and they placed him in the bed. And the king knew that his end was come to die. So Aparanith, the queen, his woman, came and cried before the king, and the king wept a great weeping with her.
You notice they had to bring him back a little at a time because he probably was like, stop. Okay, go. Walk a little bit, stop, because it ain't like
upon
smooth.
The shoulders. Yeah,
it's rough, and it's there in mountains and rugged hills, and
just leave me there. Just leave me there. Don't pick me up. It hurt. He was thugging it out for real. All right. And the princes of the king and all his counselor advised the king to cause one to reign in his stead in the land, whomsoever he should choose from his sons. And the king had 3 sons and 2 daughters, which was Aparanith, the queen, his woman, had born to him, besides the king's children of concubines. And these were their names: the firstborn, St0ryTim3, the second, Adikam, and the third, Morion. Okay. And their sisters, the name of the elder is Bathia, and the other, Akuzi. And St0ryTim3, or something. Oh, that's his name. Othriy. There we go. Let's get into this comment. Brandon says, lots of kings suffer for them treatments of us. Yes. I believe Harold had terrible stomach issues after killing all the babies trying to get get the Messiah. Ooh.
Yeah.
See, but they, it's so funny. It's like they're not connecting these dots.
They're not.
Even today.
Well, they ain't even reading the dots today.
Yeah.
They just, it's uninspired.
Right. They don't want to. You're right. But reading the dots and connecting them will spare your life, I'll tell you that. St0ryTim3, or I'm going to call him little O, because I can't pronounce his name. The firstborn of the king was an idiot. Oh, okay. What is it? Participate and hurried in his words. Wow.
He probably was one of those that didn't think he wasn't good as a king.
Yeah.
He was probably one of them people that talked too much and didn't even know nothing.
Wow. But Adikam was a cunning and wise man, and knowing in all the wisdom of Mizraim, but unseemly as aspect, thick in flesh, very short in stature. His height was 1 cubit.
Oh, he was short.
I don't even know what
he was short and fat. And
he was
he was ugly. Well, no, unseemly aspect. What is aspect? Is aspect?
I guess it's a
what
perception.
What you look like or what you act like. We'll see.
But he had the characteristic of his daddy.
But he was cunning and wise.
Yeah.
Even though he was short and whatever.
What does that mean, y'all? Y'all think he was short and ugly? I don't know.
Aspect.
And why would y'all point that out? Like, why you have to let us know he was short and ugly?
It has to be a reason. Because they were so hung up on looks. Because remember when Joseph and the brothers came, remember Pharaoh said, "Oh, and they all good looking too. They all tall and good looking. Yeah, I'll have them in my court." Remember?
Oh, yes.
Because they were stuck on looks.
I need to know how tall is 1 cubit.
Yeah.
So y'all let me know. Listen, I'm going to do the work for y'all. Okay, don't worry. We learn together.
Oh, a particular part or feature. So
yeah.
A particular part or feature.
Okay, so 1 cubit is.
But of unseemly aspect. So it's what he looked like.
45 centimeters. Now I need to know what's that. Listen, just tell me how tall is 1 cubit. Don't do too much. All right. Let me see. I don't know.
Well, what was it? How many cubits?
1 cubit. I'm just trying to see how short he was. They just gave me this little picture. It says 1 foot.
Oh,
he was that
short.
He couldn't have been that short. Listen, anything that's coming walking like that to me, I'm kicking.
1 cubit is how many feet?
I'm striking little wise Mr. Potato Head. Yes. It's about the length of
17, 18
man's
inches.
forearm. Oh, wow.
He's short.
He's short.
That's a shorty. Look, you mean
A
don't
dwarf.
call us shorties no more.
She said a dwarf. Yeah,
basically.
pretty much. Yeah.
Oh, for
So in other
those
words,
of
they
you
were
seen
some of you.
those of you who saw the Game of Thrones, who was the smartest son?
Oh,
the
yes,
little
the little
dwarf.
guy. Yeah, he sure was.
He the only one survived it all.
Absolutely, you right. Yeah,
he was the smart one.
Okay.
They owe us more money. Cha-ching.
Game of Thrones. They threw it at us, huh? All right. So he was a little dwarf. Okay, well, let's see if he survived it. He survived it all. I don't know. And when they saw, and when the king saw Adikam, his son, intelligent and wise in all things, the king resolved that he should be king in his stead. Yep, after his death.
Yep, that's what happened to
Game of Thrones.
In Game of Thrones, he became the hand of the king.
Ooh wee! And he took for him a woman, Geduda, daughter of Abilat, and he was 10 years old, and she bore unto him 4 sons.
See, age was different back then.
It had to be.
Yeah. Age was different back then.
Absolutely. Yeah. I'm believing it. I'm believing that she looked like us and she talking about she 10 years old. Okay. That's just.
He was 10 years old.
Oh.
So when he married her, he was 10.
Oh, he knew what to do as a 10-year-old. Because he gave her 4
children. Well, I'm sure they all didn't come when he was 10 because, babies take a minute to get in. But probably between the ages of 10, let's give him 16. Between the ages of 10 and 16, he already had 4 kids.
What a busy man. Busy little man, okay? And afterwards he afterwards went and took 3 women and begot 8 sons and 3 daughters. Oh!
He got him some more women. Wouldn't got 3 more women.
Oh.
And had 8 sons and 3 daughters.
Listen, he wasn't gonna let his height stop him, okay?
Oh, just like the one in Game of
Thrones. Yeah.
Hey, I'm just saying.
Wow. Okay, let's see. Okay, he got these kids now. And let me see. And the disorder greatly prevailed over the king, and his flesh stank like the flesh. Oh, that's why, Rangi, you said stinky king. Okay, I got you.
Oh,
you went ahead of us.
Yeah.
All right. Mm-hmm. And the disorder greatly prevailed over the king, and his flesh stank like the flesh of a cock is cast upon the field in summertime. Ooh, during the heat of the sun.
You're in the middle of the desert. Your flesh is rotting.
Yes.
Oh, they ain't got everything like we got. Like, your flesh is rotting.
And his okay, that's nasty, but okay. And when the king saw that his sickness had greatly strengthened itself over him, he ordered his son Adikam to be brought to him, and they made him king over the land in his place. And at the end of 3 years, the king died in shame, disgrace, and disgust. And his servants carried him and buried him in the sepulchre of the kings of Mizraim in Sohan, Mizraim. But they embalmed him not, as was usual with king, for his flesh was putrid. And they could not approach to embalm him on account of the stench. So they buried him in haste, for this evil was from Yahuwah to him. For Yahuwah had requited him evil for evil, which his days he had done to Jasher. And he died with terror and with shame, and his son Adikam reigned in his place.
Oh, so yeah. So the Pharaoh who was there when Moshe left is not going to be the Pharaoh when he gets back. It's going to be
going to be the son.
Yes.
And oh wow. And again,
and this
oh man. And this son is like, and again, none of the dots is connecting that my sickness is tied to how I treated the Jasher. So it's only going to get worse because he don't even see that.
Yeah, because remember the covenant, I'll bless those who bless you, I'll curse those who curse you.
Oh, wow.
You're going to go get my children's blood every day. oh, you're going to try to throw them in the river, or you're going to try to make they work hard. Everything. You got judged for all that. They couldn't even embalm you. Like they usually do kings. Because you just, and plus they probably couldn't have found no, that, because embalming to Egyptians was like this whole big old service. Like, it was this whole big old like ceremony. Like where they had to cut you open, they take you. It was like, nah, he too messed up.
Let him just throw dirt on him.
He too messed up. Yeah, just bury him.
Quick. All right, 77. And Adikam was 20 years old when he reigned over Mitzrayim. He reigned for 4 years. In the 206th year of Yasharel's going down to Mitzrayim, did Adikam reign over Mitzrayim. But he continued not so long in his reign over Mitzrayim as his father had continued their reigns. For Milo, his father reigned 94 years in Mitzrayim, but he was 10 years sick and died, for he had been wicked before Yahuwah. And all the Mitzrayim called the name of Adikam Pharaoh, like the name of his father, as was their custom to do in Mitzrayim. So they called him evil too. Right?
Yeah, or Pharaoh.
Pharaoh.
Pharaoh is a title and not a.
Yeah, but
it sounded like he was evil too.
Yeah, because you know how they call somebody's dad Milo means like.
Yeah.
Okay, so maybe I read that wrong.
Yeah, no. Okay. They called he was evil too.
And all the wise men of Pharaoh called the name of Adikam Ahuz. For short is called Ahuz in the Mitzrayim language. And Adikam was exceedingly ugly. Oh, okay. There you go. Was exceedingly ugly. And he was a cubit and a span.
Oh, and a span.
So he was fat. Wide. My take on it.
No, that's his height. They giving us his height.
Oh, a cubit and a span.
Cubit, so he's like, he's still a dwarf.
Okay. He's
a cubit and a span. Like, that's like saying you're like 3.5 feet tall. Like, you know what I mean?
Okay,
like,
so they said you don't just give him a cubit, give him that half, give him that span on it.
Hey,
okay, listen, take all that you can. That's like me. I'm 5'7" and 3. No, I'm just playing. I don't know. All right. What's that? So I'll give him his whole height, and he was a cubit and a span, comma, and he had a great beard which reached to the sole of his feet.
So he had a long beard.
Listen, oh my gosh.
He ugly and he got a long beard.
Like one of those, what is those things? Those little, what is that thing off of,
a dwarf.
Sleeping,
Snow White and
Snow White,
Dwarfs.
Yeah, 7 dwarfs. But that's what I pictured.
Oh.
I pictured the dwarves with the white,
yeah. Yeah, that's what it is.
With the little hat.
See how Disney was all up in here.
All up in it. Yeah, mini. Yeah, absolutely. And Pharaoh sat upon his father's throne. How did he get up there? Okay, he had to jump. And Pharaoh sat upon his father's throne to reign over Mitzrayim. And he conducted the government of Mitzrayim in his wisdom. And while he reigned, he exceeded his father and all the preceding kings in wickedness. But that's what he reigned in. And he exceeded them in their wickedness.
And his father was wicked.
So he surpassed
You did more.
He was like, oh, we're going to...
You think he was hard.
And he increased his yoke over the children of Yasharel.
But you know how the shortest of everything, even dogs, the littlest dog barked the loudest. Because he said, y'all gonna know.
Yeah, well, maybe he felt like he had something to prove.
Yes, exactly.
I mean, because he'd be like, just because y'all hurt my neck, I got to look up. Y'all think y'all... You know what I'm saying? Like, I got to look at y'all.
He probably made everybody kneel down.
Facts. Get on my level.
Talk to me.
Yeah, get on my level. Come down here. Wow, these people are something. And he went with his servant to Goshen to the children of Yasharel, and he strengthened the labor over them. And he said unto them, complete your work, each day's task, and let not your hands slack from our work from this day forward, as you did in the days of my father. Okay, all right. And he placed the officers over them from amongst the children of Yasharel, and over these officers he placed taskmasters from amongst his servants. So they got a boss too.
But notice,
to make sure they get it done.
So that's like saying we're Hebrew, right? So he placed you over me
Mhm.
because you're a Hebrew. Placed you over me, but the person he placed over you is he. They figure you can relate to me better, but you the sellout, or I'm the
Right.
sellout.
Right.
You determine which, but I did that. I can't remember. One of us is a sellout. It's just like today. We got
Yeah.
sellouts.
Oh, absolutely.
They send some. Oh, they getting restless. Send Oprah.
Yes.
Send
And you know
Gail.
what? You know, it's crazy. Even in our work, you know how people be like, "Hey, man, I saw
Mhm.
such and such get off work early. I ain't trying to snitch or nothing, but
Mhm.
she did get off work. She went
Mhm.
home early." Like, girl, they ain't paying you extra to tell on me.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
relax.
Yeah. Especially if you don't even know the reason. I wish you would.
Listen, mind your business,
Mhm.
ma'am, sir. All right. Where are we?
11.
And he placed over them a measure of bricks for them to do according to that number, day by day. And he turned back and went to Mitzrayim. At that time, the taskmaster of Pharaoh ordered the officers of the children of Yasharel according to the command of Pharaoh, saying, "Thus says Pharaoh, do your work each day and finish your task, and observe the daily measure of bricks. Diminish not anything. And it shall come to pass that if you are deficient in your daily bricks, I will put your young children in their stead."
So he did the same
Same
thing.
thing like his father did.
He said ain't nothing changed. But I think his father had stopped at one point, and now he's putting it back into practice.
Place. Yeah. And the taskmasters of Mitzrayim did so in those days as Pharaoh had ordered them. And whenever any deficiency was found in the children of Yasharel measure of their daily bricks, the taskmaster of Pharaoh would go to the woman of the children of Yasharel and take infants of the children of Yasharel to the number of bricks deficient, that they would take them by force from their mother's laps and put them in the building instead of the bricks, while their father and mother were crying over them, and the weeping when they heard the weeping voices of their infants in the wall of the building. That's how evil these people
That's evil.
are.
That's
Oh, yes. He says Samuel L. Jackson in the Django. Absolutely.
yes.
Man, oh my God.
Perfect example.
Y'all, this is so evil.
This is.
Well, hold on. There's more. There is more.
Oh.
And while their father and mother were crying over them and weeping when they heard the weeping voices of their infants in the wall of the building, very evil. And the taskmasters prevailed over Yasharel, the Yasher is, what is that?
Yashriel, like the Yashrielites.
Okay.
Like,
should place their children in the building, so that a man place his son in the wall and put mortar over him, while his eyes wept open and his tears ran down upon his child. And the taskmaster of Mitzrayim did so to the babes of Yasharel for many days, and no one pitied or had compassion over the babes of the children of Yasharel. And the number of the children killed in the building were 270, some whom they had built upon instead of the bricks which had been left deficient by their fathers, and some whom they had drawn out dead from the building. And the labor
I think some of them went back maybe at night to grab their kid out the building, and maybe it was dead. That is crazy.
That's some wicked stuff. That's some wicked stuff. And then to have that building, like the Church of Bones, and they say that it's from what do they say?
Monks. It's from no darn monks. That's
you
us.
better quit playing with me. Okay?
Yeah.
Stop playing with me.
But they don't even have, and I say this like just
no
I'm
disrespect.
sure you guys know what I mean. They didn't even have the respect to kill the baby first.
Yeah.
They put the baby in there alive.
And then for
and
the
you
mother,
could hear the baby crying.
That's traumatizing.
Yes. I would rather have, personally, if they came and took my baby, I probably would have tried to kill my baby first.
Before
Like,
you do
and
it.
nobody wants to kill their baby, but inside of a wall, no, you're not getting my baby.
And my baby's suffocating. My
Mhm.
baby is hungry.
It's dying slowly, and yeah, no, you're not getting that satisfaction.
And nobody cared. Yes.
Nobody
Lola
cares.
said today, oh my gosh, she said nobody cares.
Nobody cares.
This should tell you who land we in. What system we under. This
Just
same
like today
system.
when you was talking about they did all them experiments. No anesthesia
None.
on us.
For the Hebrew
Nobody
women.
cared.
Nobody cared. Because we can't feel pain.
Yeah. Well,
And to find
even though we're
cures.
screaming
Mhm.
and you have to hold us down, we don't feel pain.
We don't feel pain. You just cutting on us. Yes, you're right. This do hurt. This is, and then they tell us to get over this type of stuff.
Yeah, we got to get over it.
And then they tell us don't read those books because they're uninspired. But yet they a whole picture that was left out because Moses is in the mountain on top of the mountain looking at the burning bush, and all of this is going on before he even got there.
Before he even got there, all this.
But this is uninspired. How so?
They don't want us to get angry.
Mm-hmm. But even in our angry, even in our emotions,
we're not going to
do that.
I can't. Even though I read this, I'm not doing this to your child.
I will not.
No way.
I can't.
There's no way.
I hate to see a kid scrape their knee.
Right?
And then let it be bleeding. I'm hesitant to wipe it, okay? I'm just not, listen. That's just not me. I'm going to teach you. I'll show you how to wipe it up. But it's just enough for me. I get like, ugh, she bleeding. I'm not the one, okay? So this not us. This not us.
It's not us.
Some of y'all got to be like, yeah, that was my forefathers. That's a hard to be able to recognize, but boy, somebody ancestors is just dirt wrong, okay? They just shady. And the labor imposed upon the children of Jasher, because in the days of Anakim, exceeded in hardship that which they performed in the days of his father. And the children of Jasher sighed every day on the account of their heavy work, for they had said to themselves, behold, when Pharaoh shall die, his son will rise up and lighten our work. They thought.
You thought.
But they increased the latter work more than the former. And the children of Yasharel sighed at this, and their cry ascended to Elohim on account of their labor. And Elohim heard the voice of the children of Yasharel and their cry in those days. And Elohim remembered that story time was going to happen tomorrow at the same time. At 6 p.m. Because he remembered at 6 p.m. we're going to do this again anyway. At least we kind of left on a lighter note.
You think?
No.
Light wear.
Light wear. Yeah, light wear. Girl, wear.
But it's remember, Yah is intentional. He for some reason, he wants us to think on these things. Think about it.
These people is
think about how nothing's changed.
Nothing. So where is your faith? It shouldn't be in this system. Okay? It should not be in this system.
Stay with that Torah. Stay with, hey, they're doing this today.
Sure is.
The next person just making it harder. Just think of all the presidents you have depended on. It gets harder and harder for us as the years go by. It don't get no easier.
And they all in the Jewish community.
Yeah, it ain't got no easier.
To the Ashkenazi Jews. They all tied up into that.
They just more secret with it.
Mm-hmm.
Still killing our babies.
Serving Rome, okay? And know it. She says, let me see. Auntie Carolyn says, this is heartbreaking. Dwayne goes on, I embrace for that, Cliff. Yeah, sorry, me too. Auntie Carolyn goes on to say, they were worse than the KKK. Oh, listen, I don't know, but listen, they definitely was giving the KKK a run for their money. That establishment ain't dwindled down yet. And they still doing some shady stuff.
Yeah, they doing shady stuff.
How do you would think that the KKK would have been dissolved.
No, because they doing what they want them to do. The way they get on us, we can't even say we Hebrew. We a hate group. You got a whole hate group.
And you got a whole hate group.
In the streets, not caring.
And nobody cares.
Nobody cares.
They trying to act like they the Maccabees setting stuff on fire. Can't nobody set a fire like Lisa.
Yeah, your little old fire cross.
Listen.
We burned down cities.
Okay. Left Eye. Can't nobody set a fire like Left Eye, okay? She said, you want to see a fire?
Right.
Let me show you how to fire.
I burned the house down. That's right. I forgot about her.
She sure did.
She said, we'll play with y'all.
She said, I ain't going to play. We're going to set this thing. Man, there is a day of, reckoning. Absolutely. Lauren goes on and said, evil plus evil never adds up. It sure don't. When the cries goes out, y'all always remember the covenant. Absolutely. That's why, as sad as this is, I'm not even tripping because y'all is going to get, just like that Maccabee prayer.
Yeah.
Get them that oppress us and do us wrong.
And act with pride because they were so prideful. Oh, little short man.
Absolutely. They thought their load was going to lighten up. Not so. He didn't have a light up in his spirit. There was nothing. Boy, that's crazy. Listen, y'all, we thank y'all for tuning in. Good to see all of our brothers and sisters on here. Brandon, it's really good to see you.
Yeah.
So good to see you. We are going to be here at 6 p.m. tomorrow again. And we're still in the account of Exodus, but we got to let y'all know. We got to give y'all a real story. Because we ain't going to leave it out.
Telling the whole story.
Absolutely. Telling it for real. And so we'll be here at 6 p.m. And then also on the on the fourth day, we are reading this book. Yes. If you can see that. Medical Apartheid on Instagram, and it just says the dark history of medical experimentation on the so-called blacks, because blacks don't exist, okay? So-called Black Americans from the colonial times to the present. This book is written by Harriet A. Washington. This is the book that we are reading every second day, fourth day, and sixth day on Instagram, storytime_WFF.
Yep. That's what we were just talking a little bit about that. That was just in here.
Yes.
Intentional. Y'all's intentional. That is fitting right into here, what we're reading right now.
My y'all today, y'all. Oh, man. Oh, man. Listen, Lolo said, I can't wait until I have my vacation so I can join y'all. Listen, come on.
I need some Black Wonder ice cream. I need to be a child right now. I need to not think of grown-up things.
Okay.
Just I'm traumatized.
I thought you was about to ask her to bring it to you.
Oh, Lola?
Yes.
Hey, I wasn't, but
she like, since you in the Bay Area.
No, but she in Richmond.
Oh, okay. Wasn't trying to put it out there. But it is what it is. Y'all will see you.
What I need.
She need it for real. I am traumatized though, and I'm
traumatized seriously.
Please don't let me dream of this. Please don't let me dream of this. I finally tasted it. It was good. I have Hector did some.
Oh, that's right, Hector in the city.
All right, we love y'all. We love y'all, and we will see you tomorrow. And we don't have nothing, so maybe we'll go a little longer.
Maybe.
I should have went a little longer so it wasn't so traumatizing. That's me scratching his fake scalp. But bye, y'all.
Shalom.
See y'all. Please hug your babies for me.
Right?
Hug your babies, y'all. It's a blessing that they're here. These people. This evil spirit still reigning today. Hug them. Brandon, please give all the babies hugs and let them know that we all love them.
Yes.
With that being said, y'all, for real. Shalom.
Shalom.
And they find something happy to do.